Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am going through my Charlotte Tilbury haul. Charlotte Tilbury has just launched in Mecca this week. So it was about the 21st of September and I ordered and the products came in less than 48 hours. So really impressed with that. It was so funny when they first launched on Tuesday morning. I jumped online and already things were starting to sell out. And let me tell you, the panic that set into me. Trying to put all the products into my cart, trying to get the right shades. I think there's a lot of hype with Charlotte Tilbury and the fact that we're able to get it now in Australia. I think everyone was just jumping online going, put everything in my cart. And I ended up buying way more than what I wanted to. There were certain products that I definitely wanted to try. But yeah, I turned this into a bit of a haul. So I'm on a no buy oath for the rest of 2021. I hope I can stick to it. So if you would like to see what I purchased from Charlotte Tilbury and all my initial thoughts on the products, then please keep watching. So I just filmed an IGTV trialing out the products. So if you want to check that out, feel free to jump onto my Instagram. I'll leave my link in the description box below. So what I thought I would do on my YouTube channel was just to go through my haul and just show you exactly what I purchased. And just to give you my first initial thoughts on everything that I tried today. I obviously want to give them a real hot go in the weeks to come, just to see if I enjoy the products and if I can manipulate some of them, because there were some that I wasn't entirely 100% happy with. So the first product that I purchased was the Charlotte Tilbury Charlotte's Magic Cream. This is like a cult favorite online, I want to say. My first initial thoughts were that this is a thick moisturizer, as you can see. I don't have an issue with that. I really like thick moisturizers. It did really blend into the skin beautifully. The only thing that I found was the foundation pilled a little bit on top of it, and I don't know whether it's the moisturizer, I don't know whether it's the foundation, or whether or not I didn't let the moisturizer seep into the skin long enough, because to be fair, I went straight into the foundation after that. So I like it. I think that for dry skin especially, which I do have, it was a beautiful filling product. So I really want to continue with this and see how I go. Next one is the Magic Eye Rescue. This one felt really beautiful on the skin, to be honest with you. I'll just show you. Again, it's a thicker consistency. It went on really nicely. It felt like it absorbed fairly quickly. I really like the feel of it. Again, it's only just my initial thoughts. I really want to give it more of a shot with different foundations and see how it works. So yeah, keep an eye out. I definitely want to keep using this one with and without makeup just to see how it wears. So the next product that I purchased was one that I've been wanting for the longest time. I've just seen so many rave reviews about it, and it's the Hollywood Flawless Filter. So what this is it's not a foundation, it's not a primer, but it kind of just leaves a beautiful glow to the skin. And from what I saw online, I was just like, get this on my face. I really want to buy it. So this was the first thing, definitely the first thing that I put into my cart. I've purchased the shade number 3, which is Fair. And it was a pretty good shade match for me. It was a little bit pinky toned, but because it's so sheer, it really did blend out really nicely. I really want to see how this goes without, you know, just to use it on its own without any foundation. I've seen people do that and it just looks amazing. And yeah, just my initial thoughts were that I loved it. It's kind of like a complexion booster, if you will. And if you really like light coverage or very light coverage, but just to look nice and sort of flawless and a little bit dewy, I really like this as a first impression. So next up is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I purchased the shade number 3 in Neutral. This one was the one that I've had the most mixed thoughts on. So the minute I got it, I mean, anytime I purchase a foundation online, I'm just like nervous, hoping that I've got the right shade match. So I did put some onto the back of my hand the very first moment I opened the box, and I noticed that it oxidized a little bit. So I'm just gonna show you what it looks like on the back of my hand. It's quite a runny consistency. So as you can see, compared to my face, if I were to just rub that in, you can see that it's a lot lighter than my skin. So it definitely oxidizes. So that makes it a little bit tricky to find your right match. Luckily, the way that it's dried down, I'm actually quite happy, and I feel like it is a good match to my skin. I feel like if it stayed that sort of tone, I wouldn't be too happy with the product and the finish. So I kind of had a feeling this was going to happen because on the Mecca website, it shows you what the foundation looks like wet versus when it dries down, and shows how it does actually darken. So I went with the shade that it looked like after it had dried, just to make sure that I've got the right shade for me. I definitely recommend going with that option. Now, in terms of the coverage, it is a full coverage foundation, and I normally don't go for full coverage, but I was that curious. I really wanted to try it. So I popped it into my cart. I do like the way it's sitting on my skin. I noticed in this particular region, I don't know why, it was starting to peel, which means like just balling up, and I don't know why that happened. And I did actually notice that it settled into my fine lines on my forehead, which that normally doesn't happen, especially if I use my most favorite foundation, which is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. That never happens. So I did notice that. As an initial thought, I will say that it's not my most favorite foundation that I've ever purchased. However, I do still want to give it a chance, and I do want to maybe try mix it with a different medium, you know, maybe an illuminator, or maybe even I'll mix it with the Flawless filter just to see if it sort of luminizes it a little bit and makes it not so matte and so full coverage. So watch this space. So the next product that I purchased from Charlotte Tilbury was the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I've done that many takes trying to say that. It's a bit of a tongue twister for me anyway. So this is number 2 in the shade medium. It looks quite light actually in the pan. However, it really went on nicely. I do like the finish of it. Especially along the cheeks. I just feel like it's got a nice smooth sort of finish. I really need more time to think about this one, whether or not it's, you know, it's so easy sometimes to get sucked into reviews online. A lot of people hype a product, and I don't sometimes, you know, it's hard to differentiate whether or not they really, really like it or they're just jumping onto a bandwagon. And I was expecting something a little bit more miraculous with it. It is nice. I do like the fact that it's not a heavy coverage sort of powder, but did it blow my mind initially? Not really. I am noticing on screen that I do look a lot more dewy than what I do in real life. And I think that might have something to do with all the bright light. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wear it for the rest of the day, and I'll leave a description down below in the description box of what my thoughts were on how it wore. I'm really worried about the creasing, so I can still see that it's really settled on my forehead. And usually with fuller coverage foundations, I tend to sort of crease here as well. So watch this space. So the next 2 products that I purchased were eye products, and this is the color Chameleon eyeshadow stick. I've purchased the shades Amethyst Aphrodisiac and Bronzed Garnet, and I've just realized underneath it says 4 green eyes. Well, I don't have green eyes, but you know, that's okay. So I'll just give you a little bit of a swatcheroo. So this is Bronzed Garnet. Oh, that looks really pretty actually. Have a look at that. And then the one that I've got on my eyes is the Amethyst shade. So Amethyst Aphrodisiac, and I'll just swatch that beneath. There you go. I've got it on my lids as well, as you can see. So again, so hyped on YouTube and Instagram and whatever. I thought initially, oh, that's okay. However, as I continue to work with it, I do think that this is a really, really quick, easy way to achieve an eye look, because it was really easy to blend. Yeah, so initially I thought it's okay, but at the same time, this is actually a really perfect product for a beginner as well. It glides on really, really easy on the eye. And what I basically did was I covered my whole eyelid space. And then all I did, I grabbed my bronzer. I used the Hoola Benefit bronzer. So quite a neutral toned sort of bronzer, and a blending brush, and sort of blended it out in the crease. And obviously with the blending process, I lost a little bit of the amethyst shade. So I just went back, reapplied, reblended. And then that got me thinking that, hey, this is actually a pretty cool way to achieve a really easy eye look. And then I ran the bronzer underneath my eye. So I've changed my mind on it. I actually think it's quite good. I really, really want to try that bronze shade now. I really like the way that it's swatched. So watch out for a look with that product. So those were my thoughts initially for the color Chameleon stick. I thought, okay, this is okay. But then once I started to blend it out and saw how easy it was to blend, I just realized, hey, you can actually create a pretty easy eye look and make it look like you've made a lot of effort when you really, really haven't. Like, I could really amp this up now and put a smoky liner on, put a pair of lashes on, and it would be a pretty cool look. Yeah, I actually do like them overall. So final product in this haul is a lipstick. So it's the Kissing Fallen from the Lipstick Tree lipstick. And this is in the shade Nude Kate. Again, a cult favorite online, and I do really, really like it. So that's the shade there. It's a real apricot-y, peachy shade. It kind of reminds me of MAC's Peach Stock, which I love as well. So that glided on really, really easily. I found that it was really creamy to put on. It's got a really smooth finish, so it's not too matte or anything like that. So yeah, I really like the shade. I feel like it's a really nice natural shade. Pretty impressed with this one. So yeah, guys, that was my Charlotte Tilbury haul. The damage is done. I'm really, really glad I purchased the product. So it's something that, you know, I've been following Charlotte Tilbury for ages, and I just really, really wanted to try the products. So there's a little bit of a mixed bag of opinions. I definitely want to continue trying the products. So watch out on my channel. I'll definitely be using them and showing you how I've worked with the product. I'm determined to make some of them work. My most favorite product, I'll have to say, is the eye cream. I really love the feel of that. I get dry under eyes like it's no one's business, and I really love the way that my under eyes feel after I pop this on. And also the Hollywood Flawless filter. I really, really like this one. I really want to do a look with this without any foundation on top of it, just to see how it wears and how it settles and whether or not, you know, it goes into fine lines or anything like that. But as an initial first impression, I love this one too. And the foundation and powder, I definitely think that I need a little bit more time with those just to work with them. You know, initially you can think that you might hate something and then figure out a way to make it work for you. So watch this space. Hey guys, it's been about 6 hours post applying the foundation, and I'm not too much of a fan of how we're looking so far. So there's been a lot of separation. All my fine lines are showing like mad. Up on my forehead as well. Normally they don't show up that much. And also the cream eyeshadow sticks have completely separated on my eyelids. So yeah, not too impressed, I'm afraid. I'm definitely still going to persist with all of the products and try and hopefully find a way to make them work for me. And I'll be definitely sure to show you in upcoming videos if there is some sort of miraculous way that I've made them work. So I'll definitely keep you posted. So that's all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed my Charlotte Tilbury haul. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and a comment in the comment section below. And if you would consider subscribing to my channel, I would be ever so grateful. I'll see you for the next one. Bye.